the end of the day, if you lose by 1 or you lose by 30, it's still the same thing. You still lose. How can you pick yourself up, your teammates up, and get them ready for game 3?
Finds it to Antetokounmpo once again in the slam. Chris Middleton to start. Antetokounmpo and Middleton have all 30 of the points in the first quarter. Durant finds some space, knocks it down. Durant fires a three. Bang! Holiday spin move, gets inside, layup, go!
Win is a win. Doesn't matter if you win by 30, doesn't matter if you win by 1. You can go back home and celebrate W. It was good.
He is Jalen Rose. I'm David Jacoby. We are Jalen Jacoby. What exactly is it that we do?
We get the people!
Yes.
What?
Yes.
They won.
The Jazz took a commanding 2-0 lead over the Clippers, but we start with the Bucks and the Nets. A pivotal game 3 in Milwaukee, and it came down to the closing minutes when it was that man, Drew Holiday, who didn't have a great night, but he made a great play to give the Bucks the win in this one. Jalen Rose, what do you think of this low-scoring affair?
One word, pride. And I know in today's landscape, we're so used to looking at the beauty of a basketball game being two teams score over 120 points. But I saw the beauty in this ugliness.
Okay.
I really did. The hard fouls, the missed shots, the contested shots, the contested screens, the contested ball handling, the team that wanted it to most, the team that wanted it to most and was the most desperate got it.
Yep.
The Bucks scored 86 in the first game and lost. 86 in the second game, and they got the brakes beat off of them. They scored 86 in the third game and actually won. And embody that with Middleton first off.
Yep.
Because he got off to a terrific start in leading them. Him and Giannis being that two-man duo that basically has the highest percentage of points by any duo in the playoffs history
of the league.
Okay, so he was extremely effective. He was extremely aggressive, and he needed to be because they had been guarding him with smaller players, guarding him with Brown, guarding him with Kyrie, and he was pedestrian. And when they needed to play with pride, I'll give it to the Bucks. They did. Giannis still shot way too many threes for my liking. That's another subject for another day.
He did 8 threes and hit 1.
But props to Middleton because he played fearless.
He absolutely did. And Jalen, when you look at that number, like the two of them scored a higher percentage of points than any duo in the history of the NBA.
That is crazy.
It was wild. And you watch this game, they had like a 19-point lead after 8 minutes, and then the Nets crawled back and crawled back and crawled back. But it was the home team, and it was the Bucks. There were some curious plays at the finish. If you watch closely, Bruce Brown maybe got the ball a couple more times than the Nets would have liked down the stretch. When you have KD and when you have Kyrie, why is Bruce Brown the man with the ball?
So this is part of the beauty in the ugliness that I talked about because it was chaotic and we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if one team was going to be up 3-0 with a stranglehold or we didn't know it was going to be 2-1 and possibly have a long series. And give it to Brown. He was killing them with the floaters in the second quarter. He had double-digit rebounds. He's been a terrific upfront addition along with Blake Griffin. However, you still got to know time, situation, and your role.
Yes.
And he got irrationally confident.
He did.
And you know that those are some of my favorite people walking the face of the earth. You know why? Because that's me.
Yes.
So when I say that you have irrational confidence, that is not a diss to you.
No.
I'm telling y'all how this works. In his mind right now, KD who? Kyrie who? Like, I'm balling. I'm going. It's like Carlton in The Fresh Prince. Everybody's coming to watch Will. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what about me?
This is my moment.
This is my moment.
When you talk about the beauty and the ugliness, there was nothing uglier than Giannis Antetokounmpo from the free throw. Jalen, this is something that's been a story all playoff long, and it really showed its head yesterday when he got called again for the time violation. And then there's that one. There's something that nothing bothers Jalen Rose more than airballing a free throw.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. And almost like Steve Nash not taking the timeout or Bruce Brown not knowing to get it the ball to KD or Kyrie. Like, this is Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? If you're going to take 13 seconds to shoot a free throw, at least hit the rim.
Hit the rim.
Like real spill.
Not asking for much.
Like real spill.
Hit the rim.
Like real spill. So I have a theory.
What's that?
He went to the line one time, and the crowd was chanting MVP. Now, I've never had a crowd chant MVP at me. I don't think.
No.
Probably not?
That hasn't happened.
Okay. I don't believe so. But here's the thing. He went to the line, and he telling them to be quiet like he a quarterback at the line of scrimmage.
Much in his head.
No, dog. When it's quiet. Hey, here's the news flash, Jacoby. When you're taking 13 seconds, and when you want it quiet, that's when it's tougher. You're thinking more. You now get into your own psyche.
Somebody's telling like 0 dribbles, 0 hesitation, ref pass you the ball, shoot the ball.
Jacoby.
It can't be worse than what you're doing now.
You ready for this? Your brother Jalen Rose played a long time, and I had a year where I missed a couple of free throws, and I was so mad I stopped dribbling. I used to do 1, spin, 2, spin, 3, spin, and shoot. And then I struggled one year. I stopped dribbling. I would go straight to the line, spin the ball, and shoot the ball. It don't take 13 seconds, especially if you're going to shoot an air ball.
13 seconds. There was one moment in this, what you call beautiful, ugly game.
And stop shooting so many threes.
I want to discuss with you. Threes. Come on, Giannis. He's 0 for 7. He had 1 at the end. It was pretty critical, too. There's one moment I want to show to you, and that was the moment between Kevin Durant and PJ Tucker. Jalen, not only did they go face-to-face, we had a security guard run in from off the floor. Tell me what's happening here.
So there are a lot of things happening in this video. Give me a second to unpack. The first thing I think when I see this video is I don't miss playing. I don't miss competing. I don't want another fire-breathing human being breathing in my face when the score of the game means everything to our professions. Okay, especially 2 guys that are actually friends, like over my shoulder we had with Magic and Isaiah. So this is going to happen. PJ Tucker embodied the 86-point game because he scored 0.
But he had a good game.
But he had a plus minus of 11.
Great game,
right,
0 points.
Right, and Brook Lopez also, I believe, had 0. And so he contested Brown late without fouling him. But here, play that play again. Here's the issue with that play. When KD and Tucker get into an altercation, the gentleman in the black, he's not working in theory for the NBA or just for the Nets. He's working for KD.
Interesting.
When you watch an NBA team, you have players that have their support staff around the team. These are corporations. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant Inc. Okay? So he needs somebody that's going to protect his hindside when somebody else is watching the other 14 guys. That's just how it works. But he overstepped his bounds. You there to protect me against the fans. You ain't there to get into things that happen on the floor. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to get a stern talking to from Adam Silver because a lot of other people in the league, teams, players, and because he escalated it. He bumps into Tucker, who now forces him to bump into Brown.
Look at him like, huh?
So if the gentleman in the blue who seemed to be working for the Bucks and or the NBA doesn't intervene, securing the security, securing the security, he needed to come in and do that to actually diffuse the altercation from going a little further.
Well, I bet Ty Lue is going to give the Clippers a stern talking to because last night in their game,